important level?
Not so much gold. I think it's the other commodities that are soft and just moving sideways, although mining had a very good day today. But I think it's just worries about future demand, about a slowdown, possible slowdown in China, and just general slowdown in global growth. I think that's what the markets are saying.
And our all-share index about a 250-point
Yeah.
turnaround in the last hour and a half. What went on there?
It's relief, and I think the worry is that, and it is relief because I think we were at pretty vulnerable levels from a technical point of view, and I think all the analysts were getting nervous that we were going to plunge, but somehow we come back, and the kind of news that drives us or drove us today was that the European banks are going to roll over their debt. In other words, if you had a 20-year bond, you're now going to make it a 30-year bond. Extend the terms of the deal rather than just give Greece a little more relief. And the other one was that the Basel regulators are now given the amount that banks will have to hold in capital, and this is less than the markets were expecting. So it means that the banks will have a little bit more to pay back to shareholders. So that's given bank shares in America a bit of a relief. But as I'm saying, this is not the kind of news to drive us forward, to sustain any kind of gain. There we need economic news.
But in the short term, though, I suppose any relief will do.
It is, and it just shows you that we're getting levels in the market where investors are prepared to commit money. I think what's going to perhaps give us some kind of confidence is in the next few weeks we're going to get corporate results, and if those turn out to be, in global terms, if those turn out to be better than expected, I think markets will gain a little cheer from that.
David, what's happening with Steinhoff? It's again topping the losers of the top 40. It's been a bit soft in the last little while.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too concerned about that. I think it's just generally there's a malaise. People are feeling they haven't got that aggression in the market. Shares on our market, most of the retailers are doing well, and I think those are foreigners coming in. But Steinhoff has never been a favorite of theirs. It's never quite captured their imagination. They don't know it that well, and I think that's one of the reasons it's been neglected. But if you look at Massmart, ShopRite, Truworths, Foschini Group, all of those companies very strong today, and I think attributed to foreigners taking shares there.
And what did you make of Naspers' results?
It's a company I follow very, very carefully. It's a good result, but a lot depends on what Koers does with Tencent, or whether Tencent can make the transition from a gaming company, which it is at the moment, or instant messaging company, into a much bigger company. But it's contributing quite a bit to the company today.
And Tencent, which is the Chinese operation, and Naspers owns 35% of that, and 29% that it owns in a company called Mail.ru. Just those two investments are worth virtually the whole of Naspers' value at the moment. They're 130 billion rand, if the see-through value, in other words, if you just sold those shares in the market, as against total value at Naspers of 150 billion.
Alec, they've got, over 640 million so-called subscribers at any one time. There are over 135 million people using it. So if they can create further revenue streams from it, because I think the views are that growth will start to slow, then of course it's going to be a stunning company. But we come back to the Facebook story. Can you turn that into, or Skype, can you turn those kind of companies into revenue producers?